Hi. It's me. Welcome back to my channel. So this video is just going to be straight up real talk, just talking. If you don't like talking, I don't know why you clicked on this video. I just finished doing a mukbang. Literally, this is as real as it gets. I didn't even clean it up. I was just editing this video, and I said to myself, I was in the middle of editing it, and I was like, you know, I just feel so uncomfortable right now that there's a piece to my story, my view, the back end of this, that people online don't know. Now listen, I'm not here making this video about Zach Choi, trying to convince people not to watch him. Absolutely not. Please keep watching him. He's great at what he does. I'm not here to persuade people that he's an awful person or something. I just want people to know where I'm coming from. That's it. And I know people are, they might not even watch the video. They'll watch 2 seconds of it and say, well, we don't like you anyway. Here's the thing, like, people don't like me, they don't like me. So anything I say, I could have the best argument put right in front of your face with proof and evidence and receipts and video cameras and voice recordings, and you could have been there. And if you like someone, you like someone. You know, I'm dramatic. I make terrible videos. I cry. I'm emotional. I do stupid stuff for attention. So already there's people who are not, they don't want to hear it, and they choose who they choose, especially the K-poppers. The K-poppers are intense, you know, like the K-poppers are not here for me. It doesn't matter what I say. The K-poppers are like they're for the K-poppers. So I'm not here making this video for the haters or the K-poppers or the naysayers or the people who already don't like me. I'm not even doing this for my audience, honestly, in terms of like trying to convince them of something. I'm doing this for me because I'm going to feel so much better knowing that I put it out there, okay? I've talked to a handful of YouTubers. Again, I don't want to involve more people. I'm not going to say their names, but they know who they are. And I appreciate their advice and their wisdom and their love so much. And it's not like I sent them screenshots of what I said with Zach and, oh, this is... I just told them from my heart, this is what I feel. This is what I think, this is what I know, and they said, you know, if I were you, I would put it out there. But everything else is already out there. This is not going to swing the pendulum. It's not going to shift the needle any which way if people feel what they feel. But for you, one of my good friends, she was like, if I were you, I would be so bothered not being able to let people know that part of it, because it really does change the story in terms of you and Zach Choi. And I said, look, I'm not looking to, that's the irony of it. I wasn't looking to throw anyone under the bus. You know, if I wanted to throw Zach Choi under the bus and say, oh, he's an awful person, we've texted a lot of crap to each other about different people and this and that. Like, that's what people do and friends. I didn't go down the list, the laundry list, and say he's this and he's that. But ironically, people were saying I did. Let me just tell you straight up. There's a video made about me. I'm not going to say her name. We're going to call her Chicken Nugget. Chicken Nugget made her video, right? And in the same vein, in the same breath of saying, hey, this is what I feel about Nikocado, Avocado, she also put in, now I'm going to bleep these words out. She, in fact, called me with her own words. And she spent half of the video talking about it. Now, you guys saw my video. I said what I said. I don't need to go back and repeat it. I still feel very strongly. Do you know why? Go to my Instagram after this video. Go look at my Instagram story when this video is done. And to this day, 15, 16 days later, I am still being called a... I'm being called a people are calling me a... all of these things, and it's not by accident. Sorry, I don't care if Chicken Nugget says, well, I only did it to relay how I was feeling. It doesn't matter if that's how you were feeling. You don't, that is serious implication. That's serious insinuation. If you're gonna say I made you feel worse than how you were feeling when you were, then you don't have to say it. You do not have to say, he did this to me. You don't have to say it. There's no way she didn't know how people would react and come after me with the pitchforks and the torches. There's no way. Now let's get into Zach Choi. I feel like I'm talking too much about what you already know. I haven't heard from Zach Choi since the moment he wanted to make sure I was on that airplane. That's the last time I've heard from him. Hey, are you on the airplane yet? Hey, aren't you on the plane? That's it. That's the last I heard from him. Ever. And I told you my gut feeling. It was very, very odd that the two people who knew the time of my flight, the only two people in the whole world besides my husband who knew the time of my flight, were those two. And that's when the video was posted. An hour before my flight, because I told them an hour earlier. So when Zach actually texted me as I was standing in line to board and my phone is blowing up with Chicken Nugget said this about you, Chicken Nugget said she's frightened of you, Chicken Nugget said that you in her own home, Chicken Nugget said that you were creepy and used it, and he's texting me as if he doesn't know. I will tell you, again, this video, I'm not pulling up screenshots, I'm not pulling up text messages and stuff. I just want to talk real talk to you on camera. I'm not looking to be this invested anymore. But he has notifications, post notifications on for every single person in the mukbang community and every single person in the ASMR community, or at least the people that he subscribes to. And it's for reasons that I'll tell you. If it's come to this point now, if he's going to go out there and say to Stephanie, oh yeah, I didn't know how to say no. Nick was aggressive. Nick was so angry. We couldn't tell him no. I'm like, and you hung out with me again and again and again, and you drove me to Trisha's party, and you hung out with me at Trisha's party, and you drove me back home, and then you offered to take me there, like still hanging out with me, and I was so scary and aggressive. Really popping on her side. Listen, we'll get into that. Listen, there's a reason why he has his post notifications on. I'll tell you later. But there's no way he didn't know. You know what I mean? There's no way he didn't know that video just came out, and he was texting me, and literally the last thing he told me was, aren't you on the plane, or something like that. I can pull it up right now. I'm not showing anything in this. Wait, aren't you on the plane already? And I said, I'm standing in line. Oh, and safe travels today. That's what he said. That's the last I heard of him. Not like, hey, did you make it okay? Hey, did you land okay? Hey, did you make it home safely? Hey, man, did you see that video that Chicken Nugget just came? You know, talking to me like a normal friend, like as we had for a year. You know what I mean? The last time I saw him, hey, did you get home? Hey, did you get home safely? How was your flight? A couple days later, a week later, hey, how's it going? You know, hey, how's the algorithm today? What's going on? What's good? What do you think about this thumbnail? What should I put in my, you know, we would help each other. Like, we would talk about YouTube stuff. Heard nothing. And this is, again, the good friend that people are saying I threw under the bus. He saw all the stuff that was brought into Chicken Nugget's video about, again, I'll bleep it out. He saw it. He didn't say a word to me. He didn't ask how I was. He didn't anything, which again felt very strange, and it confirmed my gut feeling. And then he put out his public post that said, Nick and Chicken Nugget are equally such good friends to me. Chicken Nugget and Nicholas are such good friends to me. I don't pick a side. They're such valuable assets in my life, or whatever he said. That, and I'm like, you couldn't put in there, and by the way, stop calling him this, or by the way, I don't think this is about Nick. Like, I didn't think that it needed to go to this extent. This whole big old production, this whole soap opera about Nick being having to, like, nothing. And meanwhile, privately, I'm not hearing a thing. Not a thing. I have tried calling him since this. He didn't pick up. My gut tells me that he was in on this. And let me tell you why. Zach has told me how extremely competitive he is, which is why his notifications are on, because he likes to know when people are posting, what time they're posting, what they're posting. He has told me that he's too competitive, that it makes him go crazy, that it makes him sick, that it literally consumes his mind. He is extremely competitive. During this trip, I told him that I was going to come out with a ramen noodle. The Nikocado avocado ramen noodle. I was going to brand it. This is actually an idea that I got from Be Loves Life. Shout out to her. They're helping me come up with that. Because she has a sauce. She's been very successful with it. I want to do a food. It's very complicated. You have to get a patent. You have to get a license. You have to, go to the testing, the lab, and you have to send back samples. You have to get approved, the packaging, the marketing. It's a lot that goes into it, and it's something that I am working on. And I told him this over this trip a couple weeks ago. I can't even describe for you. I can't even describe to you the look that went on his face. Dumbfounded? No, I can't even tell you the word. I don't even know what English word to describe. It was as if he got shot in the stomach. Like, I could see the life leave his face. And that's when he told me that he and Chicken Nugget are business partners, and they're launching their own ramen noodle. I was in their way. And this is coming from someone who's so competitive. Again, I don't even feel comfortable telling you the things that he's told me, because I am not looking to pull, because when you talk with someone, when you're comfortable with someone, you tell them stuff that you don't want everyone else knowing. And if I wanted to make a whole Zach is this type of party, I would do it, but I don't have the energy or the need for it. I'm making this video raw, real, unedited. I'll bleep out the words that YouTube doesn't like. That's it. All I can tell you is that I know for a fact how competitive those two are, and they will do anything in their power to make sure that they come out on top. That's what I'm going to say. And my gut instinct, I felt, was that he was in on this. Which is why he was talking out both ends of his mouth. Privately, he'll text me one thing, then I'm finding out he supposedly, I don't even know if they're real, texting Chicken Nugget. I was uncomfortable too. I told him no, and he blew me up. What they forgot to say is that we hung out again and again. I would walk over here. I was that close to him. I would walk to his place, you guys. I would literally walk to his place. Okay, so we went to Trisha Paytas's Christmas party together. I was that uncomfortable, and he said I was aggressive. I'm like, what? I'm a nice guy. Like, literally, I'm a nice guy. I'm very flexible, which why I was flexible with Chicken Nugget coming over to do videos for my collabs. Oh yeah, and for him to text Chicken Nugget and be like, oh yeah, he agreed to it. It's like, yeah, after the fact, after you were there in front of me, I was like, don't worry, it'll get more views. I'm like, okay, I guess. Sorry, this just shut off. After all that happened, after she stood me up an entire day, in my view, lied about why she can say I felt this, I felt that. Well, at the end of the day, she didn't communicate it. She expected me to know. How was I to know? And I was mad. After that, I didn't want anything to do with either of them. I was like, you know what? I just need space. I need space, because my gut right now... Orlin is psychic, by the way. Orlin has predicted so much stuff. I had the cinnamon stick in my breakdown the other day. That's here for a reason. We have garlic cloves. We have things hanging above the doorways. I mean, Orlin has put salt around him. He has seen so much paranormal stuff. I mean, his family does witchcraft. I mean, that's just... So he sensed it. He's like, Nick, Zach turned on you. Zach was in on this. That's what he feels. That's what I feel. I can't sit here and prove it to you. I didn't videotape them talking about it, but I will feel so much better putting this out there. And you know what? Remember when I said, oh, I'm mad, I'm exposing someone with my tea kettle? Never did it, whatever, but he saw it, he knew who it was about. I texted him like, I'm gonna expose her. He asked me every time I saw him, when we went to the gym, and going to Trisha's party. Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't talk, he called me and I didn't pick up the phone because I was like, you know what? I'm feeling really uncomfortable with this whole thing. Something tells me in my gut, in my heart, I remember, again, I don't want to bring in more people, but there was another YouTuber who had come over, and I was just like, you know, my gut tells me that he turned on me because he's going to benefit from this. Look, I lost 80,000 followers. You know what I mean? And he and Chicken Nugget gained 500,000. Well, she did. I don't know what everything went. Like, it's very. If you know stuff is about to hit the fan, you know things are going to go down. If you know a video is going to go viral because of some kind of controversy, if you're in it, you're going to benefit because everyone's going to be like, well, how is he involved? They're going to go to your channel and you get views and clicks. Both of them want to be in each other's collabs with me. It was supposed to be my video with him and my video with her, and they both wanted to blend them together. When I went to Trisha's party, I was going to go by myself. I was going to take an Uber there. And Zach had called me, and I was just like, hey man, I'm not upset. It's whatever. I'm not mad at you. I just need space. He called me. I ignored. Then Trisha calls me, and she's like, hey, Zach called me. He wants to know what's going on. He thinks you're mad. I was like, oh no, this is getting too much drama now. I feel so honored that I was invited to this big YouTuber party with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, and I'm just like, even if those people weren't there, I really like Trisha, and I wanted to be there. I was like, this is my first experience in LA. And I was like, I'm not bringing drama to this party. So I was just like, don't worry, Trisha, we'll go together. She's like, yeah, like, he wants you to call him or something. I was like, don't worry, I'll sort this out. So I hang up with Trisha. I call Zach right away, and I was like, hey, Trisha told me you called her. He's like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. I'm just kind of uncomfortable. I want to take a step back. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, and I didn't want to tell him to his, like, on the phone, like, I feel in my heart that you helped pursue this. With that ramen noodle thing, with the text messages I have from you about how you view your competition, what you do to your competition, how you will go out of your way to do anything. He told me, if you ever do ASMR, watch out. That's what again, I'm not here, I'm not editing, I'm not making. He told me, if you ever do ASMR, watch out. People view him as this pedestal. Oh, he's so godly. Oh, so he's so perfect. Because remember, he doesn't talk. So people envision him. They view Zach however they want to. It's like when you look at a painting. It's up to you to decide what the painting tells you. You know, people don't watch him for his personality, his voice, his opinions, his views, what comes out of his mouth. They watch him because he makes sounds with his hands. That's it. So people, when they enjoy someone and they don't speak, they imagine them being awesome. You know what I mean? And I'm over here crying, shaving my head, melting down. I look terrible. So it was very convenient for him to collab with such a problematic person like me. How many times have we collabed? 9 times. I've been in like 9 or 10 videos with him. Maybe 8 of them. I don't know. It's been a lot for my channel, his channel, Yanni Eats. I just felt something had changed. So I called Zach, I'm like, don't worry. He's like, can I give you a ride to Trisha's party? You want to come with me? And I was like, sure. Okay, thank you. Sorry, someone's knocking. I don't even know what's going on, the neighbors. So I go downstairs. He picks me up. We drive to Trisha's place. It takes forever to get there because there's bad traffic. And remember, this is a couple, like 4 or 5 days, well, maybe not 4, maybe 4 days, 3 days after the thing with, well, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was 3 days. I don't know. It was a couple of days after, after Chicken Nugget blew me off. I got mad. I reacted. That's it. It was a couple of days after. He asked me about Chicken Nugget the entire car ride, you guys, like the entire car ride. So what'd you say in your video? Well, how much did you use her name? Is her name gonna be in the title or is it just gonna be generic? Well, what's the thumbnail look like? How long is the video? Because I had said I made a ranting video, which I did, which I do all the time. Like, I grab the camera in the heat of the moment. I'm like, oh my God, this person set me up. Oh, I'm so mad. Da, da, da. Like, I'll do it all the time. Do I end up posting it? No. It feels better for me to grab the camera, rant about it, and put it to rest. I've done that about one person I've never posted about, a guy I never posted about, a sponsorship, which good thing I didn't post it. Like, there's things that I set. Look at my Twitter, it's like once a month. I'm grabbing my tea kettle. 99% of the time I don't post it. There's literally 3 tea time video series I've ever made, and they're about other people. It's not even about, you know what I mean? It's like, I say, I'm just very reactionatory. Is that a word? I just react. So anyways, I had already filmed a video, and he was probing, he was investigating, he was wanting to know what was in that video. Well, when are you going to publish it? Well, at what time? He asked me what time I was supposed to. I was like, is it going to be your normal time? And in my heart, again, I felt like what I was telling him, he was spoon feeding to Chicken Nugget. That he was this, oh, I'm in the middle, but I'm in the middle. Talking this way to me, talking this way to her. And they are business partners, you guys. They are joining up to make a lot of money. A lot of money. Who knows how much? Tens of thousands of dollars. They are business partners. They're going to come out with a product. I don't know if they're still going to do it. But I'm telling you, when he found out that I was doing the same thing, I felt sick. I was like, it wasn't like, oh man, that's awesome. Oh, I'm happy for you. Or how's that going? We're doing one too. Like, it was like, me and Chicken Nugget, we're doing one too. Oh, we're doing the same thing. And I was like, yay! I'm proud of you. Nothing. Like, and I was just like, oh, that's awesome. Oh, cool. Like, what are you guys doing it in Korea? Are you gonna do it here in LA? Da da da. Are you gonna do it in Koreatown? Like, how's that gonna work? And it was just like, oh, yeah. Like, he completely, his face froze. Anyways, so the car ride going to Trisha's place. I wanted to go alone, but I did because I didn't want to make a problem. If we're both at this party, there's only 20 people there. If there's tension, I will ease tension. Listen, I will talk it out. I'm a nice guy. And literally, he probed me. It was like an interrogation, like the whole car ride about when's this video come out about chicken nuggets. Well, then we're at the party, and I told him, I remember telling him in the car when we almost pulled up to her place, I was just like, and by the way, I don't want to think about it anymore. It's off my chest. It's done and over with. It is what it is. We're at Trisha's party. I kind of worked my way around to different people. I spent a lot of time talking to different people. I met a lot of nice people. The whole thing was really fun. I love Trisha's family. Her mom's so sweet. Her sister's awesome. I love Trisha. Like, I had a wonderful time. It was an honor to be there. And then we were one of the last people to leave. The last people to leave was me, Shane, Rylan, Zach, and then of course Trisha and her sister. So that was it. Oh, and Morgan. So it was Shane, Morgan, Rylan, me, and Zach. We were the 2 parties that stayed till the end. And again, we were talking about YouTube stuff and talking about like YouTube stuff, just bonding over YouTube stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that we were brainstorming ideas like for Trisha's 2020. I think we were talking about like music video stuff. I don't even remember. Honestly, I was so tired. I don't even remember. But it was just nice to be in their company. They're all really nice people. And then Zach drove me home. He talked about Chicken Nugget almost the whole car ride. Now, it wasn't as long leaving because there's no traffic. But again, he was like, when's your video coming out? Just trying to get it out of me. I'm just like, I don't even know. I was ranting to the camera. I told people how I felt. Like, you know what I mean? Well, my flight was the next day. Trisha's party, I think, was the night before I left. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. Again, this was 3 weeks ago. But it was around the time when I was about to leave anyway. So, oh, I think it was the day before I left. It had to have been. Because when we pulled up to my apartment, we're sitting in the car. Gosh. We're sitting in the car. I'm about to go into the building. I'm like, well, thank you so much for the ride. Like, and he's just like, do you want to ride to the airport tomorrow? I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, well, text me when you're leaving. I'm like, okay, well, I forgot to text him, and I think he just texted me, it's safe travels or something like that. Yeah, he just texted me safe travels. I didn't say anything. And I'm like, thank you, I'm at the airport line. It says 3 p.m., but minus 3 hours, so that was 12. And then that video gets dropped. It's like she was trying to put something out before me, so anything I say is not credible because I look like this crazy, creepy, scary person. And then I don't hear a word from him ever again. Ever again. And remember, this is before I made my clap back, where I didn't include his text. It took, how long did it take me to make a video? 8 days, you guys. 8 days. 8 days, I hear nothing from him. Nothing. Nothing. All I see is a post that he loves us both equally. He put that on his Twitter. I'm on both people's sides. They're such near, dear friends to my heart. I wish them well. They should solve it like adults. And then, all of a sudden, a week later, he was very aggressive. I couldn't say no, or we knew if we asked him to change the subject, he would have been mad. I'm like, what? But you hung out with me again and again after that. You took me to Trisha's party. You hung out, like, you're acting like I'm this person. You kind of were like, we're distancing ourselves. But you weren't. You were trying to get information out of me regarding my video about Chicken Nugget. A lot. A lot. And again, I was being blasted all over social media as being a normal... Listen, I heard from so many people in my life, people from my college, people, my cousins, my third separated, what I call them cousins. It's like my mom's cousins, uncle's cousin. My extended family reached out to me. My own, I don't want to say who it is, but someone very professional who oversees me, like a doctor or something, okay? Like, they reached out to me. Like, so many people reach out to me, my friends, other YouTubers, people I've collabed with, like, oh, wow, it's like, what's going on? I just want to let you know I'm here if you want to talk, and out of all people, the person who was more involved than any of those said nothing to me. Nothing. And just put out a post that he's, loves us both equally. So I was not looking to throw him under the bus when I made my video. I told you the reason, I'll say it again real quick. That's all I had. Because 99% of my conversation was Chicken Nugget, was a conversation with Chicken. There was no cameras, no spotlights, no texting. It was word to word, mouth to mouth. Ooh, that sounds weird. Verbal. And if my friend was being accused of having tendencies, but with Zach Choi, I just will feel better putting this out there. I will feel so much better. Again, like one of my friends said, like, if I were you, I would be so bothered, feeling in my gut that he was in on it, that he was so in on it and helping her behind the scenes. Anything you said, it was being spoon-fed to her. And just, again, that conversation that she posted of them texting each other, she didn't show the date. I don't know when that was. And it's complete opposite of me and Zach hanging out again and again, going to Trisha's party, and him asking me questions about her at any chance he could get. You guys, they're business partners. They're business partners. What are they gonna do? Come out and say they're not now? Well, no, we're not. Well, we were going to, but not now. Like, it doesn't matter what's happening now. What matters is the intentions. That's what I feel. That's what my heart tells me. That's what my gut has said since the moment this went down. Which is why he's probably never said a word to me. It's very strange being in my shoes right now, seeing that he's over there telling Chicken Nugget that I was aggressive. It's like, what? What? Oh my God. And then we're over there at Trisha's party the next day, 2 days later, drinking, hanging out, taking photos together. Literally, we took so many photos together. I don't care what people think of me at this point. I mean, obviously I do. Obviously, it's damaging my business right now, my reputation, but in terms of like, if you believe me here or not, God, it looks so disgusting. Sometimes your gut instincts are right, and sometimes your gut instincts are the best thing you have. And when I'm piecing this all together in my head, how he's never talked to me again, he never backed me up like a friend would when I'm being called left and right, all these names about this movement that has nothing to do, like no backing up, no, not even just like inquisitory, like, hey, how you feeling? Like, oh my God. The fact that the video dropped, which I know he saw because I know, literally, I hung out with him. If you add up all the times I hung out with him, 50 hours, you know what I mean? Like, his phone, ding, someone posted their video. Ding, someone posted their video. And there's no way these people are investing all their money together to do some kind of product, and they didn't talk about it. He didn't know. It's just like him asking me information about her, about what my video says, when I'm gonna post it, am I calling her out by name, what else I say in it, what time I'm posting it, what day I'm posting it, you know, how long the video is, how much I go into it, what else do I include in there. And for him to ask me over and over, my gut says that he was helping her from the start. I think, whether or not they come out with a ramen noodle, whether or not they are coming out with a product, I think it just helped. I mean, just look. Chicken Nugget knew how much her name got out there from the Veronica Wang thing years ago. No one really knew I mean, you knew who she was, but it wasn't like, but after that, it was the biggest advertisement of her career. And again, in my view, things were going downhill. Zach told me to my face that the only reason she was willing to collab with dramatic crazy me was because the views were going down, and it's Christmas and it's gonna be in everyone's favor. And I'm like, okay, I like money, okay, I like views, I admit it to it's not like a secret. Whereas her, it's just like, oh no, I trusted him, I loved him. It's like, what? Like, you used me too, you know what I mean? Like, you totally used me too. And it worked. It worked. And I'm over here saying, wow, people think I threw this great guy under the bus. But I saw a shift. I actually remember when I first arrived in LA, he was the first person I went to go see. He invited me over. And my first gut instinct was, oh gosh. I don't even want to say that, but my first instinct, my first impression was like, there's been a change here. And I could feel it, you know? Well, I'm not gonna be like, well, bye, you're a little different now, or you're treating me different, you're looking at me kind of funny, so it's like, peace out, I don't need to collab with you. It's like, no, I flew here for this collab, so we're gonna do it. Jeez, that's kind of like, and also, I probably told myself, oh, maybe it was a bad day. Oh, maybe he was sick. Maybe he was hungover. Maybe he just had an argument with someone, and it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many variables to life. You can't, I don't know. I just feel better putting that out there in a very relaxed, tell you like it is, straightforward talk. I feel better knowing that if one or two people, just one or two people, can understand where I'm coming from, I feel better. I'm not looking to drag someone's name to the ground. Please keep supporting his amazing ASMRs. Seriously. I'm not looking here to, I'm not looking to convince you not to watch him or that he's terrible. I'm just letting you know that my soul tells me that he helped Chicken Nugget bring this onto me. They're both very smart. They're so smart, and they know how the internet works. They know exactly what to say to be very careful, but enough that allows people to draw the conclusions that aren't true. And it's very telling that I never heard from him again. And don't say, oh, well, you leaked his texts. No, I mean, like, it took 8 days before I leaked his texts. What about those 8 days where I'm being bombarded with, I'm just from a friend to friend type of standpoint. And for my gut to had already been very suspicious on why he was probing me for information that I had or that I thought about Chicken Nugget, and also knowing that they're business partners, and also knowing that we were coming out with the same product, and also knowing how he treats his competition and people in his way. It's just like, that's where I'm coming from. That's where I'm coming from. So, when I said, literally after that emergency landing in Salt Lake City, and I was like, you guys, I feel so set up. I feel like this was a hit job. All of these things, well, obviously not the delay of not hearing from him ever again, but again, what had led up to it that week where it was just like, are you going to talk about it? Just the probing, and for him bringing her up again, and my gut saying, God, I feel like he was really in on this, or I just, we couldn't say no. He would have been so angry. Like what? Like what? Just, it's actually mind-blowing. As if like these are 5-year-olds and I'm like this big angry uncle that they don't see very often, that's gonna come in and make them feel all great, like scared. Like,